A lot has been asked about the surface to air systems S27, a basically a better way to do 7-on-7. Through Coach Rich Hargett, the surface to air system, we have developed what we feel like is a better way to 7-on-7 for preparation for your team, for preparation of anything that you're doing to improve. These are some old grainy photos right here of usually what you get in a 7-on-7. DB doesn't know if the quarterback's done a back flip or taken a squat because he's not playing real football. It's all press man, real press, hard coverage, hands-on, not very realistic to the game itself. That's not as big a deal. Again, these are sort of grainy pictures, but this right here, this kills me at a 7-on-7. This is not football. And these are linebackers, the safeties aren't even in the picture. So when linebackers are playing at 8 and 9 yards depth, you're not playing football. You're playing some version of something that I'm not real sure helps anybody in the game of football as it relates to 7-on-7. So we go, there's a better way. Now, you got to remember in the S2A, we base our spread offense out of an RPO based style offense. So we incorporate a lot of RPOs. This slide essentially shows, without the offensive tackle in yet, that I'll show you in the videos coming up, the offensive tackle will be right here. So we're going to bring in an offensive tackle and a 5 technique. We have specific rules at Surface to Air System that we can send you and help you with, and you can learn exactly how we do this. But basically, and this is why I left him off so I can just put my spotlight here, our offensive tackle and a 5 technique are going to be added into a 7-on-7. Quarterback snaps to quarterback, doesn't matter who's snapping. Your offensive tackle essentially has the following moves: a turnout, which we call a lock call, a veer release, a quick pass set, and a drop back game pass set. What this does is it involves, because you always get it, your linemen go, hey, you guys are going to 7-on-7 tonight. What about us? Well, this way you can work your linemen on the lock call against a 5 technique, veer release, up to linebacker level, quick set, deep set. Now, what we do is the 5 technique and the offensive tackle, once contact's made, because we don't want to get into chicken fighting and hand fighting. If I turn out on a lock call, I'm working on my steps, my hand and hat placement. The 5 techniques working on his reaction and squeeze, and then they're done. The 5 technique's not running into pursuit. He's not chasing the quarterback. When the 5 technique, the offensive tackle in the read veer releases, he's going about 3 steps and stopping and squatting. He's not going to chase a linebacker and get into a fist fight, chicken fight. If there's a mic in here, we've got an R2 right there. So he's going to go 3 and release. So basically what he's doing is he's working on a good flat step, rip, and veer release in the 5 technique. If he's asked to squeeze that, he's getting his hands on the hips, squeezing down. Once he does that, they're both done. Quarterback can read the 5 technique in this case. Quick set, deep set pass. Now we can work on pass protection and set up for pass protection rules. We're not going to carry it any farther than first contact. So let's say that I take a good drop on a 5-step drop. I'm setting him up, coming off the ball, getting hand placement, and then we're dead. We're not going to run into the quarterback and have the quarterback hit his thumb on a 5 techniques headgear and break his thumb. So it really allows for your offensive tackle and 5 technique to get involved. The biggest thing in 7 or S27 is the defense plays honest. Let's look at some real shots of this. Now, here's just a typical 7-on-7 look. They're in an empty, And I'm not real concerned about scheme and what the scheme's going on. We're trying to teach a game here. But your normal, 7-on-7, empty, bam, again, I'm not worried about scheme or anything like that. That's not what this video is about. Let's get into S27. Now, what we have here is our tackle against a 5 technique. Defense is playing 7-on-7. Offense is playing 7-on-7. The difference in S27, besides the tackle and what he's going to do here to the 5 technique, is that any eligible receiver or runner, so the quarterback can read and keep, running back can be handed the ball off, they're all wearing flags. So this is a combination of flag. What happens there in a flag setting, you see these kids waiting to go in and have their flags on, is it allows the defense, A, to play honest, and B, to work on proper pursuit angles and continue to pursue the ball. If this kid hitches and he's just doing a one-hand tag, it sets up for bad habits. With the flags on, we're able to really simulate pursuit, making people miss, etc. So we're down here in the red zone near the goal line, and our tackle is going to lock. Quarterback's going to read a lock key on the linebacker. Linebacker retreats. He hands the football off. S27. This is, and I picked this play really to show first, this is the hallmark of S27. You're forcing the defense to play honest, and on offense, you can get your full complement of reads. We're just locking this RPO here, reading the mic, and based on that, we're bringing it and scoring a touchdown. He made him miss, scored a touchdown. Okay. Second read here, or second look here, is play action. Now, whether this is, and again, I'm not getting into techniques and did he do a good job, anything. If he's going to quick set him, of course, he needs to do a better job. We're not getting into that. But what we are getting into is the theory and then the video evidence behind S27. So as I come across, remember, we just set up down there where we just took advantage of retreating linebackers. Watch this linebacker's attitude. Watch this cornerback's eyes as the quarterback reads and pulls. I'm downhill. I'm hesitant. My eyes are in the backfield. Sets up what we call a grass read perfectly. You don't get that in 7-on-7 ball. What you're going to get there is a total ignore of any kind of ride. You're going to retreat, and probably be at 6 or 7 yards. And your offensive and defensive linemen get no work in regular 7-on-7. Again, we're not talking about technique, great, bad, indifferent. He's supposed to be quick setting. We got a quick ride coming off this, and we're hitting a wide open grass slant for a good pickup. Next look here, we've got our we've got our tackle. We've got our 5 technique, quarterback, snap into quarterback. Again, what you get here is just the hesitation and the true look of the defender. So watch the hesitation and the eyes here as this route develops. Boom, open. Again, I'm not getting into when he should have thrown it, the scheme, was that a good route, anything like that. But the advantage of S27 is honesty. I'm playing honest. I'm getting work. Now he's getting a little bit better pass set here. He's getting a little bit of a pass rush. Again, as I said at the opening, we're not getting into chicken fighting. We're working technique, not who the better man is. Working on technique. Quarterback's making his read, coming right off that mic, bam, hit him right there in the hole. Pretty good. Next look right here of S27. We're going to get a handoff, and you're going to see, and I put this in here, looks like what we have a lock here on the backside, and this may be an outside zone. But what we're getting here is now the defender's advantage in S27 is that they've got to react like defenders in a real game. So it makes them play honest, and that's not a handicap to your defenders. It's actually setting them up to what's going to happen in a real game come September. And this is why we have flags. So it sort of has that hybrid of 7-on-7 flag with a read. Here's our tackle. There's our 5 technique. We're in a sniffer here. See what we got here. Okay. Put this one in because now and if you noticed, and I won't go all the way back, look where these linebackers are playing. Remember that still clip I showed you playing about 8 or 9 of whoever that was? These guys are at 4 yards. They're creeping up. One thing we have in the S27 rules, when we hand the football off, if the back gains 10 yards, it's an automatic first down. Usually in going from the 40 in 7-on-7 rules is you get a first down at the 20, then change the downs whether you score or not on the next 4. But if the back gets from line of scrimmage a 10-yard gain, it's an automatic first down. So you have a chance to get more possession time. So quarterback is, again, he didn't make the right read. That's not what this is about. We're locking here, reading, should have been a pull, but that's not what's important. What is important is our linebackers are getting downhill true reads, playing real football. Another thing I like about the S27 is in 7-on-7 football, bootlegs are meaningless. Bootlegs are, essentially elongated play action passes, of course, and nobody pays any attention to them. Here, there's got to be attention paid, and it allows for your tackle to do his job, their 5 technique to do his job, linebackers to react accordingly. One thing that we do different in or S27 is when the quarterback is rolling or booting, he gets a 5-second count because he's elongated the play. So normally in quick or drop back, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, hadn't thrown it, it's a sack. We extend that to a 5-second count on boots because it is a regular place, because here's our tackle, here's our fake, here's the hold on the fake, and the player's going to come wide open here from the sniffer set. Boom. Next clip. Got the tackle up top, going on a veer release. And what this allows a true RPO read is if the quarterback is reading the 5, again, the tackle is just working his steps and his release, and then he's squatting because I don't want him to come up here and play chicken fight with a linebacker, and then you've got a competition and somebody's pissed off. Don't worry about that. I'm just working veer release. What this kid is taught is to squeeze. Now, he may not squeeze, he may feather. In this case, he is squeezing, giving thus the quarterback a true read. And I was wrong. So he fooled me. He's actually feathering and taking the quarterback. So our play side tackle has, our read tackle here has veer released. The 5 technique is feathering, giving the quarterback a true RPO look, zone read, give. So good route there in terms of point of attack there for the back. You see the linebacker this time is not given any respect. He's being taught a lesson. Say, hey, son, it's 1st and 10, 2nd down, whatever. That's not you. This is you. Your gap's first. Now, this kid's being honest. So, again, just a great result of what S27 is teaching these kids. And, again, if he got 10 yards there, that would have been an automatic first down again. So it's a chain mover, okay? Next look here of just, again, letting the quarterback have a true read. And I really put this one in. Again, I'm not worried about technique. Is this kid good? Is he bad? Is his footwork? That's not the point. We're getting pass protection work. That's one, again, another great result of S27. Now, good thing is I got to pursue. He should be pursuing, because if they don't pull that flag, there better be somebody there. So it makes the defense really play the game. Maybe the second to the last look here. The reason I put this in, again, what it does for you in play action. So I am holding on the fake. I'm holding on the fake, and his eyes are in the backfield. Advantage offense. So just the threat of an inside zone give holds, allows that X to come open, making a big play. So it's something to teach off of. I believe this is the last look. We got our tackle here, our 5 technique there. Again, just a look of making the linebackers honest and how and why this came up and open. We refer to him as the R2. R2's eyes at the point of attack he's there looking at the slot, but his eyes go back inside. What happened? We're able to get in here in this broken arrow area, void area, and make a big play. Linebackers are held a clip, and just a tick right there, and we got good things going on. Tackling 5 technique are getting good work. So it's a win for everybody, and it's something you can teach and, really come off and get into the season and learning, teaching, and showing your kids what's going to happen in a safe environment. That's S27, and that's video evidence of how it works and why we do it and why we incorporate it. If you have any questions, and that's for rules, if that's further explanation, want to learn more about what we do with S2A and S27, contact us at surfacedairsystem.com. Follow us on our YouTube channel, and that's Coaching Process Wins, and I'll give you all the surfaced air system videos. But good explanation here of the S27. Contact us if you need more.